2K is the game that I play, so I was just in the program about an hour ago, so I'm still live and direct, loud and proud. I'm out there.
Aboard the Concha Del Mar, there are a bunch of fun events coming up. This weekend, make your way to the Wreck, because all games played will be worth double XP. Next weekend, it's Specialty Appreciation Defenders. The cruise ship is highlighting defense by rewarding extra XP for players with defense and rebounding badge points. Last but certainly not least, leave the ship and play games on Treasure Island, where you can earn progressively higher XP multipliers by reaching a variety of goals. To recap, here's our big board of upcoming events on the Concha Del Mar.
Welcome to a brand new episode of NBA 2K TV. If you've been hooping in the neighborhood or in the Wreck, you may have come across this familiar group.
Oh, too strong for you!
Yep, Team 2K TV is back, and they've been putting in the time, and they're ready to take you on. If you've watched last season, you know that anyone who comes up against us and takes that W, a 2K TV shirt is yours. Now, from what I've been told, they have improved, and they wanted me to pass along this message. Don't expect any shirts this year. I don't know about that, but make sure you look out for them and check back here for highlights from our 2K TV versus the World segment coming up in a few weeks. All right, this week we're taking you through every mode in NBA 2K22 and talking about what's new. So first we are starting with My Career, and I am joined by the producer of My Career, Ben Bishop. It's been way too long since you've been on the show. Welcome back to 2K TV.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
So I know My Career is a little bit different this year. Talk about the development team's approach to My Career in NBA 2K22.
Yeah, this year we really wanted to take things in a different direction. For quite a while now, we had been presenting you with a cinematic experience to kind of kick off your NBA career, but it had been in a fairly linear way. We just kind of brought you along through the story, and last year with the introduction of the next-gen consoles, we introduced the city, which was kind of a new way to experience the non-NBA part of My Career. And so this year, what we really wanted to do was bring all of that together. So we kind of interwove the entire My Career experience into the city and let you do things the way you want and when you want to do them. And it's been cool to see people's reaction to it so far. One thing I think is also exciting too, I don't think I can give away a whole lot yet, but we've adopted the idea of seasons in all of the modes in the game this year, including My Career and in the city. So we have some really cool things planned for Season 2, Season 3, and beyond. So the old favorite 2K characters, we saw some of them in 2K21 last year. They'll make an appearance in future seasons. So keep your eyes open and get ready for what's coming down the line too.
Does season make you guys grind more? Because then that means that you have to...
It does. A lot of planning goes into it ahead of time, but it does sort of continue things into what we would normally consider the off season. So it's definitely something we've had to plan for, but I think it makes so much sense moving forward. So we're ready for it.
Yeah, definitely. I know 2K22 has only been out for a few weeks, but what have you seen from the 2K community in the reaction to the My Career Story in NBA 2K22?
I think a couple things. I think people really like doing things kind of on their time. If you want to explore the city, go off and do some of our side quests like, races or talking to all the different people that we've spread around the city. And some of it can just happen organically as you're going from one place to the other. The other thing is that people have really just enjoyed the story itself. You're making important decisions that impact your career, and there are different branches that are distinctly different, really, depending on which decisions you make.
Tell us more about quests, because you mentioned it, but can you talk more about specifically what quests are and how the idea for quests came about?
In the past, you would, for example, play a game, and then we'd play a couple of cutscenes for you, and it just kind of went along, the way that we dictated it under the hood. And now with quests, as you finish games or as you accomplish something in your career, you get these objectives that tell you, what things are available, what you can do next, many of which have triggered based off of, how things happened to you previously. And then at that point, it's really up to you. Do I want to go talk to my coach right now in the practice facility? Do I have an interview with a reporter that I need to deal with that will, impact my personal brand? Or do I just want to go play games in the park? Maybe I'm, excited about all the people in my affiliation and I want to show that we're the best. All of those pieces kind of come together to this sort of cool puzzle that is going to be completely different for each user.
Now, if you were playing, I know it's hard to take yourself out of the game since you're the creator of that My Career Story, but if you were playing the game as a normal user, what do you think your perfect My Career Story would be?
That is a tough question. One of the things that I really like is we have a whole music arc. So off the court, you can decide to pursue things like music and fashion. And on the music side of things in particular, we brought the game in to do some content with us. And so you have an opportunity to work with the game. But at the beginning of that, he kind of puts you through the ringer and he wants you to sort of earn his respect. And so it's up to you to decide whether you want to kind of go along with these things he's asking you to do or not. And if you do, you get some cool opportunities with him, and if you don't, you have the opportunity to go and record a diss track.
The game is a huge fan of NBA 2K.
He was super interested. He wrote 3 different songs for us that are part of the storyline, and so it seemed like sort of the perfect combination. And the other thing I really like, we worked with Kendrick Perkins, and so as your story is unfolding, he's essentially reacting to it, and he definitely does not have much faith in you at the start.
Let's get serious here, people. I'll be shocked if MP starts a game this year. This coach is starstruck. He's going to make...
And so a big part of this is proving him wrong. And so it's really fun to, as you're becoming more and more successful, having to sort of make him eat his words.
I like that you guys are taking real life things, because Kendrick Perkins doesn't have a lot of faith in some NBA players, and you do have to prove him wrong on the court in the NBA, and you have to do it in NBA 2K22. So we've been talking all about new gen, but what is a user's experience in My Career in current gen?
It's really a different experience in many ways. You do still get the entire experience of working your way through college into the NBA and trying to sort of make a name for yourself. And then, of course, the neighborhood has turned into a giant cruise ship called the Concha del Mar, and they have a bunch of completely unique things to that experience that, is very different from the city, but a lot of the same kind of things you're used to doing in the neighborhood in the past. We talked about quests in the city. The Concha del Mar has their own setup for quests that take you all over different places in the boat and have you do different things and earn different rewards. So fairly similar in concept, but very different things. So if you're playing one or the other, you're definitely going to have unique experiences.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us once again on 2K TV.
And you can see the gorgeous geography of Phoenix, Arizona there behind the skyline. What a view. Welcome to the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. What a beautiful Tuesday evening it is, folks. Along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. This is Brian Anderson. Allie, take it away.
Hey, Brian. We've heard a lot of critique of some of the fouls that are called. Ask Warriors head coach Steve Kerr. He said, quote, We've gotten out of control, gifting offensive players the ability to jump 3 or 4 feet into a guy and draw a foul. It's not a basketball play. Give the defensive player some benefit of the doubt, guys.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Makes a good point. Let's take a look at our starters for the Golden State Warriors. Thompson slides in at power forward next to Green. Stephen Curry is out there with MP. And it's Wiseman in at the 5, down low. And for the Suns, Crowder and Ayton, the bigs. Paul and Booker, the talented backcourt. And it's Nader in at the 3. What is it that teams need to do at this point to keep players motivated for the second half of the season, Brent?
Well, if you've talked about goals at some point during training camp, it's a great time coming back from the All-Star break and as the season ends to remind the team of the things that you guys dedicated yourselves to doing. And this gives you the opportunity and runway to achieve those things.
Good chance here for Booker. Yes, and it's Paul with the assist that time.
This is what you like to see from Booker, just firing with confidence right off the catch.
Curry passes to MP. Lets the three fly, and he can't get that one. And Phoenix the other way now. They come into this one following a loss to Brooklyn.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity level of their opponent.
Well, let's hope there isn't any carryover from that letdown in this one.
Now here's MP. Playing the Clippers, he was nearly unstoppable. Pass to Curry, over to the left wing. MP outside. Here's the three. Phoenix grabs the miss. Outside Paul. Here's Ayton. The kick out to Paul. 4 on the clock. The Suns need to get off a shot. Fades back. That's good from Ayton on the assist from Paul.
And Chris Paul is going to find anybody that's leaning the wrong way, let alone leaving an open man.
Some people don't give Chris Paul enough credit for his outstanding shooting, but he can knock it down. You can't give him any room.
Nails it from 3.
And not where he earns his money, that three-point shot, but he's a good shooter from that range if he's got space.
Here's Booker. Off the left rim and out. Well, Grant, Chris Paul just gets more and more reliable as a shooter, even after all these years in the league.
Yeah, I mean, he's always been smart with his shots, but he has great efficiency for a guard. And he could easily put up bigger scoring numbers, but that's not his focus.
Now here's Paul. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Nets in Brooklyn. Ayton, no good. Golden State has gone 1 for 3 from outside so far in this game. Here's Green. No luck on that one.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
Outside Paul. Pass to Booker. Beyond the arc. Yes. And it's Paul with the assist that time. Booker's got 8.
He's been a little more selective in shooting threes, has Devin Booker. But, man, when he makes one, sometimes he'll open up a can of them.
Here's MP. And yes, it goes. Got a little English on that one. The Suns have gone 4 of 6 in the first quarter. Paul against Curry. Oh, there's the alley. Oh, the jam by Ayton.
Just great hands for Ayton to time that one.
Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively, because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
Phoenix calls timeout. First chance of the year for them to go up against this Warriors team.
They expected more of themselves